Hey YouTube, IDTV here. I'm your host Lance Dufault, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how Elon Musk is making sustainability attractive. First off, I want to mention quickly that the reason I'm not wearing sunglasses is because I hurt my ear, and now I can't wear the glasses without some serious discomfort, and the reason I wear the sunglasses in the first place, ironically, is because of discomfort. All the lighting I have to do for these videos it really hurts my eyes. So if you guys are enjoying me without my glasses, don't get too used to it, because next video I'm probably gonna have them on again. Okay, finally we can get into the content here. The first thing I want to talk about is the Model 3, which is Tesla's most important production car right now, if you ask me, for many reasons. But what I want to highlight in this video is people are not buying this electric vehicle because they love electric vehicles. Honestly, it's obviously part of the reason why people buy the Model 3, but the biggest reason is just that it's safer, it's really fast, it does 0 to 60 in, I believe, like under just under 5 seconds. So basically 5 seconds. Um, the price is fairly reasonable. That's 35,000 American dollars, right, by the way, and that's a base model. There's lots of upgrades you can get that would make this car a lot more than $35,000. Okay, compared to other EVs on the market, honestly, it's hard to even compare them because the other ones are ugly, boring, not fast. It's just you would only buy those other vehicles if you really cared about the environment. You wanted to make a difference, right? Okay? But my whole point is electric vehicles don't need to be like that. They can be just as cool as regular vehicles, and as you can see by the picture, that looks sweet, if you ask me. Very sleek, very cool, very cool. Another thing I want to mention quickly, Tesla holds the top three spots. Okay, Tesla only produces three cars: the Model 3, the Model S, and the Model X. Okay, and and they hold the top three best-selling electric vehicles in America, and that's a really big deal because I believe in the future, in 20 years, there won't even be gasoline vehicles. I just want to point out quickly the production rate of the Model 3. This is a website called Model 3 Tracker, and they use VIN numbers, like the registration numbers, to try to figure out how many Model 3s Tesla is making a week. Because I don't know if you know this, they only report that number every 3 months, every quarter. Okay, so. But this is a fairly accurate way to measure it. They've been making, this is when up peaked at 3,000 a week, but they had some downtime on their production line to fix some bottlenecks. So yeah, they're ramping up very fast. I think their goal is to make 10,000 a week. I think this is their end goal, which is pretty good. It's a good production rate. Another thing I wanted to mention quickly is that Tesla also produces solar roofs that look like normal roofs, and if that's not making sustainability attractive, I don't know what is. They also build batteries for the side of your house so you can store the energy you produce during the day and use it at night. Also, you can charge your electric vehicle using the sun, and I don't think I need to explain that the sun's energy is sustainable. I think everybody gets that. Alright, moving on here. Here's a picture of their production plant. As you can see, it's very clean. Everything's painted white, even the floor. Nothing's out of place. Everything is perfect. Well, obviously not perfect, but very close to perfect. And I believe that is a very important part of Elon Musk's strategy. Okay. Next, I want to talk about SpaceX. SpaceX is a company founded by Elon Musk that is working on increasing the reusability of rockets, okay? And that's a really big deal because I don't know if you know this, but when rockets go up, they just kind of explode after. Well, the first stage. Obviously, there's different stages and they separate, and one of the stages has maybe astronauts or cargo on it and goes off to wherever it's going, but the other stage just, it's all garbage, and it costs millions and millions and millions of dollars to build these rockets, okay? So Elon Musk has designed his rockets to land themselves, okay? And he hasn't achieved 100% reusability. There is still pieces that are garbage and they just get trashed after, for example, the nose cone, if you really want to look into it, and there's a couple other things. But he has vastly increased reusability. He obviously wants to achieve 100% reusability eventually. He's also, in the process, reduced the cost. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think at least by 25% of sending stuff, because he's not blowing up his rockets every time he launches them, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, to just blow up your vehicle every time you send it somewhere. It's pretty crazy. They've had 59 total flights. I'm not sure if those are successful, but it's very close. If that's not successful, they've only had, like, I think, again, don't quote me on this, I think maximum 6 or 7 failed flights. So they've had over 50 successful flights, and they haven't had a failure in years. It's been a few, I think at least 2 years, since they crashed one of the rockets unintentionally. By the way, there's a few things they've done intentionally for research purposes. And the last thing I want to mention about SpaceX, which is a big thing for me, it's very inspiring. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's not a good thought to think we're stuck on this planet forever. I think that I think it's very important to expand our horizons in all ways possible, just because why not? Okay, I'm gonna move through this a little quickly here, because believe it or not, I'm actually trying to keep this video a little shorter today. He also he's founded the Boring Company, which is a company that's looking into digging tunnels under cities that pick up your car and just whisk you off really fast to where you want to go, and pops you right back up on the streets. You don't have to drive through all the streets. This would be a solution for congestion, which, I don't know if you guys know, it's a big problem. It's a really big problem for a lot of cities right now. The congestion is, it's really crazy. Really cool fact, quickly, he made a flamethrower to to help fund the kickstart for the Boring Company. Really funny name, by the way, the Boring Company. Get it, like boring, a hole, boring. It's funny. Anyway, he sold, I don't know how many of these flamethrowers, but he sold a ton of the flamethrowers. Very successful. Very cool. Alright, everyone, that's my video for today. A few things I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention earlier, unfortunately. The Model 3, it has a great range. Its base range, I think, is 230 miles, and then you can upgrade it for like 7 grand to 310 or something like that, which it's a huge range. It's very practical. The only thing I can say is there's not enough chargers installed yet in some spots. So like if you wanted to go on a really weird road trip that doesn't go by any superchargers, you might be stuck. But that's going to change very soon. Tesla's building superchargers at almost daily. Almost daily they're opening, and some days they open like 5 or 6 at a time. So that's going to change really quick. I hope you guys liked my video. If you do, please like that. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe, and I'll bring you guys more good content.